with a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and I know you're not used to seeing me in the sports section, but here I am this morning with my girl Sharee, and we're going to continue conversations with our guests. I mean, it's International Women's Day, so we're talking all things women, and we're talking about women in sports this morning. And this morning we're speaking with our guest, Carel Percey. And let me tell you a little bit about Carel Percey. She is the TTFA Girls High Performance Manager. She's also Jewel Sports Club she's also a part of the Jewel Sports Club for Girls, the second Vice President of Tobago Football Association, and a sports teacher at St. Patrick's Anglican School. And we're going to have a conversation with her this morning in terms of her role and participation in sport as a female person. So good morning, Carel, and welcome to our program this morning.
Hi, good morning. Morning, Sharee. Good morning.
And happy International Women's Day to you.
And same to you all and all of the women across Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we're talking about Inspire Inclusion, and I've just listed out a whole list of titles that you carry as a woman in sport, and I'm sure sport is not your whole life. There are other aspects to you as well. How do you see inclusion for women in sport and in different professions across the spectrum?
I think we are getting there. It's a work in progress, especially in the sporting arena. We still have some work to do. Where I am based in a primary school, I'm a primary school teacher, and we still have a little stigma, not necessarily about inclusion, but empowering the girl to be a part of sport. But we are getting there. As I said, it's a work in progress, and activities like celebrating women and so on will indeed help to empower them to do anything that they can do.
All right. Of course, I mean, of course, women, we always need the support. And once we stand together, of course, we can be better at what we do. So we really appreciate you being there, being an inspiration for the young girls coming up in that football club there. And as a teacher at the school, I'm sure you're inspiring lives. I'm sure that you're supporting them in their schoolwork and in, different areas. As school teachers, the children come to you with all different matters. So we see you, we appreciate you. And of course, we welcome your input into the lives of our children. In terms of your sporting responsibilities, how has it been for you as a coach, a manager, whatever role you play in your sporting clubs and groups? How has it been for you at the managerial level?
It is challenging at times because you deal with girls of different personalities, different backgrounds, but it's quite rewarding for me. When I got into sport on the managerial level, which was back in probably 2009, 2010, I always felt that there are some persons or some girls who cannot do for themselves. And I have the opportunity, the avenue, the know-it-all to get them involved. And I pledged since then that I will always work to ensure that girls get their just due. When I started teaching at that time, the school that I was teaching at, they did not have a girls team. All the sports that they played were only for the boys. The only girls sport at that time was netball. And a couple came to me, Miss, you used to play football. Wow, why you help me form a team or whatever? And we did. And that school went on to win Tobago champs, made it to the finals in Trinidad and so on. And from those experiences, I always felt that is what God put me here for. And I always vowed to play an integral part in ensuring women have the same opportunities and even more than the men, in not just in football, but in any avenue of sport that I can contribute in.
Okay, so Miss Percey, see, we know that you're doing all of this, right? And you motivate the females, what keeps you motivated?
The girls.
Because
They keep me, yeah, definitely. Within my club, I have girls who are out on scholarship in Delaware, in South Carolina, and I'm very proud to know that I would have helped in the smallest way to ensure that they achieve their dream. At the time, I did not, when I started getting involved, I didn't even have children. I now have a daughter. God bless me with a daughter, and she's just as me involved in everything. And I always say, before I had her, I used to say, when I do have, I want that when I bow out of it, that somebody is always there to do for my daughter as I would have done. And that can only happen if I inspire persons to do the same. So for me, as I said, is the girls, their successes are seen where they have reached, and seeing them attain their goals, the joy on their faces, and as well, having a daughter as well, that also inspires me to keep pushing on.
Miss Percy, I just want to say thank you for highlighting your girls, the people that you impart yourself into, and seeing their success as your inspiration. And it says that you are doing something. So I want to say congratulations to you. I want to say many, many congrats for inspiring these young girls and for looking out for their success, which means, of course, that whatever you are doing is working. And I want to wish you continued success in everything that you do. I want to wish you a very happy International Women's Day. And I want to wish you the best experience today with your students, wherever you are, whatever you're doing today. I want to wish you the very best. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning on the morning show and bringing your experience and your encouragement to your young women and to all those who come into contact with you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is where we have to end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. But before we go, I want to say to you guys, happy International Women's Day to all of you. Happy International Women's Day to all the women. And permit me to say, so all the female staff of Tobago Updates Television, I want to wish you a very happy International Women's Day. We have so many women on this team who work exceptionally well. They work very hard, very diligently to ensure that we have content that is worthy of your viewing. So I want to say happy International Women's Day to the news team. Happy International Women's Day to the team at the morning show, GMT, and all of our programs. I want to say happy International Women's Day to the women who work in the background. Before I get on set, I have to get prepped. So I want to say happy International Women's Day to the one who helps prepare me to look like this, to come on set this morning. She's raising her hand in the background there. Happy International Women's Day to you and all of our female guests that were on this week, all of our viewers. Happy International Women's Day to you. We love you. We appreciate you. We see your contributions wherever you go, and we want to encourage you to keep reaching for the stars. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, but we do not end our programming. We continue on with Tobago Notes and then on over to GMT with Candace Jackson. So we ask that you stay with us, and while you stay with us, of course, we invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live.